So you said Brock Purdy had about 6 or 7 passes that could have been intercepted in this game. Yep. It was really one of the, if not worst, performances of his career. Has his price tag gone down? We all know he's going to be eligible for an extension next year, and the going rate for top of the line quarterbacks is now $60 million a year. Is his price tag going down?
I don't know. I don't think I'd be comfortable with paying him that much. So in my mind, I'd like to pay him less. As far as has his price tag went down, I mean, it just seems like whoever's up gets a huge amount of money. Huge amount of money. I mean, Derek Carr got $44 million. So I still think he's going to get north of 40, maybe even north of 50. But I would like to try to get him around 40 to 45. I mean, maybe even less. If I could get him for 35 or 40, maybe I'd like to do that. I don't know how these things get metered out as far as, is it, I don't know what Kyle Strongton, Purdy's agent would ask for. He's got an agent out of Nashville. I don't know that much about him, but I saw his name. My guess is he's going to ask for $50 million. That'd be my guess. And
I would imagine he would too.
He's had a great year. And you know what? The one thing I will say about this is that it's really easy. It's really easy to always point to the head of the snake when other things are wrong. I mean, the offensive line is, he's running for his life. He has to run more. His receivers aren't getting separation. They're not very dynamic. The defense is not bailing him out. The special teams is a circus. So the Niners winning equation is breaking down around Brock, and it just heaps that much more pressure on him. We're forcing him to do more. So is he still having a great year? Yeah, he's still having a great year. Do I think he's an outstanding player? Yeah, I do think he's an outstanding player. Would I want to pay him $60 million, like the cutting edge at the top? Not if I could avoid it. I'd rather pay him 35 to 40, to be honest.
Is he having a great year, though? I mean, he's 3-4. His quarterback rating is 91. He has 9 turnovers in 7 games. Is he having a great year?
I mean, you had people on ESPN saying last week that the Chiefs coaching staff were suggesting he's an MVP of the league. He had significantly better air yard stats than Mahomes coming into this game. I mean, he had played at a pretty high level. I think
Mahomes isn't having a good year either.
No, but I mean, you're talking about Mahomes. You're talking about the very best player in the game. He had better stats than Mahomes. I mean, does he have the best stats of any quarterback?
20 quarterbacks have better stats than Mahomes this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of guys. I'm just saying I thought Purdy was having a very good year. A very good year. You got to remember what's going on around him. He hasn't had CMC. It's impacted their red zone. He's running more than ever before, but I think at times he's running really smartly. I kind of think the 49ers would be in a much worse position without Brock Purdy.
I don't know. Going back and watching the game and listening to Tom Brady talk about him, he did not seem impressed with Brock Purdy at all. He used the word average to describe him repeatedly. I don't know. I mean, it's not just this season. Like last 12 games, he's 6-6 with a quarterback rating of 87. Like that's as average as it gets.
I mean, ultimately, he's the quarterback you got. You got somebody better? If you got somebody better,
the quarterback you got. I'm not saying they should trade him right now, but yeah. I'm wondering, would you bring him back next year as the quarterback? I would. I would bring him back next year as a quarterback, but the question is, would you extend him this offseason? I don't think I would.
You want to just let him stew?
You got to make that decision. You got to see how the year plays out before you make that decision. But right now, I'm wondering, is that necessarily a fait accompli that they're just going to say, let's extend you? Or they might say, you know what? This last year was not up to your standard. Let's see one more.
I mean, going into this game, his numbers were pretty freaking good. There were a number of them too. I mean, he was like first or second in a bunch of categories. So I don't know that I can sit there and just be like one bad game against the Chiefs when Ayuk wasn't there, Debo wasn't there, CMC wasn't there, and he didn't play
well against the Cardinals.
But I mean, what do you think? What do you think of him?
17th in quarterback rating, below Justin Fields and Jalen Hurts and Joe Flacco and Sam Darnold.
Was he not top 5 in like most categories?
David has a bunch of incredible advanced stats that will tell you that Brock Purdy's the best quarterback in the world. I'm just looking at old school stats. I don't know.